Crysis Remastered. Is it worth a buy? Let's read the words on the Epic Store. What begins as a simple rescue mission becomes the battleground of a new war as alien invaders swarm over a North Korean island chain. Armed with a powerful nanosuit that won't let you lean left or lean right like you could in most games back in the day, and you could even in the players can become invisible to stalk enemy patrols or boost strength to lay waste to vehicles. The nanosuit's speed, strength, armour and cloaking allows creative solutions for every kind of fight, while a huge arsenal of modular weaponry provides unprecedented control over playstyle. In the ever-changing environment, adapt tactics and gear to dominate your enemies in an enormous sandbox world. Another remaster, guys. Another remaster of a fantastically good game. I loved Crysis back in the day. 2007. Has it been that long, guys? 2007 when this game released. And as you know, well, I'm saying as you know, as a lot of you will know, it became a meme, guys, because it ran so bad back then. It just did. It just didn't run. It became almost like a benchmark for PC hardware. Can it run Crysis? Was the kind of thing that you would hear all the time. Ah, yes, but can you run Crysis? And the developers have kind of grabbed on that. And if you look in the actual game settings, you actually have that as a preset for the graphical options. That's the maximum option that you can get in the game, which kind of is funny until you realize that you can't run Crysis with everything on it. And that's a shame, because I kind of hoped that this remaster would allow me on a 2080 i9 to have everything on full pelt and actually enjoy it, even if it's only in 1080p. But in 1080p, I'm getting between around about 30 and 55 frames a second with everything on, with enormous frame drops, like dropping 30 or 40 frames, and the whole game just freezes for about a second, and then it just remembers, oh yeah, you wanted to see that bit of water, did you? There it is. In 1440p, obviously it's way worse. It drops to 20 frames a second. 20 frames a second, guys. In 1440p. Are they serious? Are they serious? And do you know what? I tried to play through the game as best I could in 1080p with everything on, but I just had to concede I couldn't. So I turned it all down to very high, and it was still dropping frames left, right and centre. So I turned it down to high. This is the third off top graphical setting, and then I could get about 65 frames a second with still some frame drops, guys. I refuse to drop it any more than that, because what's the fucking point of having a game with redone graphics if you have to turn the fuckers down just to play the fucking game? By the time I'd actually got the balance right, it didn't look anywhere near as good as it should, because obviously I've turned everything down. It's a mess. It's an absolutely unoptimized. It's just, what the fuck? When I saw this Crysis, I remember how badly it ran in 2007, and I'm like, awesome, I've got a really good PC now. They remastered it, it's going to run great. I'm going to get like 80, 90, 100 frames a second with this bad boy. It's going to be great, because it's a first-person shooter. You need a high frame rate when you're playing first-person shooters. But no, you just, anytime you go anywhere near water, the game just cries its eyes out. It's like, I can't do it. Add to that de novo. Yeah, de novo, guys. De novo. De novo. De shito. That's what that is, the fucking shito. Yeah, you got that. And it's on the Epic Games. Can it get even worse? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You see, guys, when you try to change the keybinds for the vehicle controls, the game just says, you know what, I'm going to crash the desktop. So you reboot it, try to change them again, and the game says, you know what, I'm going to crash the desktop. So you load it back up, and you think, alright, I'll put different keys in. So yeah, go and do it again, and you know what the game says? You know what? I'm going to crash the desktop. So I just left the fuckers. I just left them. So the keybinds don't work properly. Can it get any worse? Oh yeah. You see, guys, it's clunky. It's clunky as fuck, and it's not as good as the original Crysis. The suit works differently to the original. You can't lean. You've got no lean left, no lean right, and you do need it in a game like this. There's constantly times where you're getting overwhelmed by the enemy and you want to, lean out from behind a box or anything like that, and you just can't do it. Now, I'm not 100% certain, but I'm pretty damn sure you could in the first. Unless I had just a dream, I can remember leaning in Crysis. I just can't. So I'm calling it a nerf, guys. One thing that is better, I think, is you can rebind your suit. I mean, I might be getting some of this wrong. It's a long time since I played Crysis. But you bind your suit modes. You've got this nano suit, and you can bind all the different modes like strength and invisibility to keys. I've got them bound on my mouse, and it's really easy to just press them and to instantly go into stealth mode. And guys, it is fantastic. Just hitting stealth mode and just getting out of a bad situation and moving to flank the enemies. It's just awesome. It never gets old. It never got old in the first one, and it hasn't got old in this one. I'm really, and despite all the shite that I've had to put up with, and I've had to put up with a lot of shite. The clunk. Sometimes you press crouch and it's like, nah, I can't be bothered, Mac. I'm not going to crouch here, you prick. And it's like, crouch. Right, then I'll crouch. It's just really clunky. It just really is. My mouse button 3 just doesn't even work. It's supposed to switch suit modes. I just can't even get that to work. So it's all just bound onto different mouse buttons, which is better anyway. But it's very disappointing, guys, because this was a classic back in the day. It's a good story. You're fighting aliens and North Koreans, and although it's pretty linear, the game, I mean, it's not totally linear. You have little offshoots to the path, but it's not like an open world game where you can just go anywhere the hell you like. It is linear in that sense, but that's not a problem. I love linear games just as much as I love open world games. And it has some fantastic gunplay. And your guns are modular, like it said in the words that I read at the beginning. You get different sights and you can put them on different scopes. You can put grenade launchers on. You can put laser sights, Uzi 9mm, all of that kind of stuff. What is a problem is you can't, guys, you can't just bind different weapons to different keys. I mean, why? I've got a whole fucking keyboard here. And what, you get like 3 or 4 weapons? I can't just bind assault rifle to one key, sniper rifle to another key, missile launcher to another key. No, you can't. You have to use the fucking mouse wheel or press and hold the one key, which I would never use anyway. And then you get like a little option where you can select what gun you want. This is a PC freaking game, man. What's wrong with you? I've got a whole keyboard here. Let me bind me. Honestly, the key binds back. I don't want to be too negative, but the game just makes you negative because there's so much wrong with it. Look. Do you know what, guys? This game, as much as it's brilliant to play, as much as the gunplay is good, the weapons is good, the sounds is good, it runs like a fucking asthmatic hippo that's just been shot with buckshot up the arse. It really does run badly. Even on a high-end PC, it just runs like shite. It hasn't been optimised enough. It's got bugs. It's got stuff missing that was in the original. It's not worth a buy, guys. I'm done with it. Look, there's too much wrong with it. And it's annoying because I fucking love Crysis and I wanted to thumb this up, but there's too much wrong with it. There's too much. It needs patching to fuck, guys. It really does. It needs a lot of patches, and it shouldn't. It should have been released in a way better state than this. So there you go. Oh, and I'm not trying to be funny here, but I do want to thank the developers for giving me a key for this game. That was really nice of you, and I would have loved to have thumbed it up because I'm a huge Crysis fan. I just can't. Not when it's like this. Please fix it.